You know the funny thing about life? Talk to them, train. It be the closest people to you be your biggest haters.
Said that, you're right.
It's worse than when you see you do good, just not better than them. Huh? Let your haters motivate you and elevate you. Alright. It's Johnny niggas hate me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me, got all this ice on me. Got them shooters who gon' ride for me and die for me. Got niggas hate me because of the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. She like they love me better when I ain't have it. But now they hating cause they see me living lavish. Pull up an Onyx and I let them strippers have it. I show my sometimes cause I ain't never had. Hard up till I came from the bottom. I'm throwing all the dollars, rockin' Gucci, rockin' Prada, and we the baddest models. Precious said when I step out, hit the club and showing out. Standing on the 40 couches, now the whole club asking bottles. Got these niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me, got all this ice on me. Got them shooters who gon' ride for me and die for me. Got them niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Make it feel the type of way. Bad in my face, try to steal my weight. Getting money every day. What I had to say, I ran it up, did a race. 100 bands, I'm tryna get to the money bag. Couple stacks in the road bag. Make it do the money days. The way she throw it for the quarterback. The way I run the bags, I thought was a running back. Got it, they hate me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me.
Alright, Willie Franco.
You know the funny thing about life? Talk to them, train. It be the closest people to you be your biggest haters.
Said that, you're right.
It's worse than when you see you do good, just not better than them. Huh? Let your haters motivate you and elevate you. Alright. It's Johnny niggas hate me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me, got all this ice on me. Got them shooters who gon' ride for me and die for me. Got niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. She like they love me better when I ain't have it. But now they hating cause they see me living lavish. Pull up an Onyx and I let them strippers have it. I show my sometimes cause I ain't never had. Hard up till I came from the bottom. I'm throwing all the dollars, rockin' Gucci, rockin' Prada, and we the baddest models. Precious said when I step out, hit the club and showing out. Standing on the 40 couches, now the whole club asking bottles. Got these niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me, got all this ice on me. Got them shooters who gon' ride for me and die for me. Got them niggas hating me because of the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Make it feel the type of way. Bad in my face, try to steal my weight. Getting money every day. What I had to say, I ran it up, did a race. 100 bands, I'm tryna get to the money bag. Couple stacks in the road bag. Make it do the money days. The way she throw it for the quarterback. The way I run the bags, I thought was a running back. Got it, they hate me because of the way I'm living. I know them fans ain't watching me because of the way I'm living. She tryna run with a G, she love the way I'm living. And I'ma always keep it G, cause that's the way I'm living. Got all these racks on me.
What it do, Wayne? What it do? What it do? What it do? Battle buddies. We live.
What's up, man? Hold on. I'm not gonna get up on the road. Oh, my blood clot business.
Lord.
All right.
Trying to blind yourself.
Hold on.
Adrian, don't start. Do not start.
What he's gonna say? What do you say, Didi? What do you say? what he said.
My hand there, right? Oh, shit. Camera. Wait. Shit. Hold on, y'all. I done messed up the damn. Watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, what happened to the damn thing? Shit, what did I do?
Right. I gotta resend it because like
Oh,
I'm like, you know what it was?
Okay,
I didn't pay attention, but it was last week's.
But, hell,
Yeah.
I sent you the new one.
This time, the second time, but the one I sent to everybody else, it was last week's. So they just would be sitting there. So yeah, it was like the first one you sent when you was like, okay, here to send. It was actually last week's.
I don't know how, because
Which I clicked on that one. Okay, and then that's what I clicked on too. And then
it's the same one.
So it was like, yeah, if you looked at the top corner, it said ended hour and 30 minutes. So I was like, and I didn't pay attention to that until
But if you look at the link I sent, it's the same exact link.
Yo, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even go back to the old ones to send y'all the links.
I'm just telling you what happened. I was just sitting there.
I think it's the operator
in space. No, because when you sent it to me again, I was straight. I just straight clicked on the link.
You was in the
Didi, you busy?
multiverse?
Didi, you busy?
Huh?
You busy? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Take your hood off. We want to see you.
Yeah, you know why I'm laughing? Because it's usually me that get that work. Adrian started it on you early. Early and often. Let's keep it going.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all so petty.
I'm just saying.
We not.
Take your hoodie off. You feel me? The people want to see. They don't want to see the bottom of the screen. They want to see who that was.
You know what?
They don't need to see who it was. That ain't Didi.
I'm a respect your anonymity as well. You feel what I'm saying? Until that paperwork is signed. And yeah, never mind. Welcome to Battle.
Look, so we're gonna go to introduce each other, and then we're probably gonna have to shift the agenda to focus on the one topic since we have guest co-hosts coming on. So we'll save some of those topics for next week, but we're gonna focus on the main topic that they came to talk about. Okay, but I'll start with introducing my amazing co-hosts. Adrian Taylor, aka
No Love Taylor,
aka
No Love from Battle Buddies Taylor.
Oh my God, really? He get all the love in the world.
That's what I'm saying. Every week.
Right. Whatever. Y'all, anyway.
I'm hurt.
And then we got Mr. Wayne Stephen, aka
Siete Elemento.
I don't even know what to say. AKA
One Gun Wheezy. I only got one gun. I only own one gun.
Oh, I was going somewhere way left with that.
Boy, that'd have been one bullet Wheezy. And then spin the block Wheezy.
And it's a blank.
So Didi, is he coming back tonight?
Huh?
Shot.
Is he coming back tonight?
Is what coming back tonight?
Is he coming back tonight?
Yo, you know what I like about Abe? When he dig his claws into a situation, he gonna get this.
Somebody gonna introduce me.
Go ahead, Adrian. Show some love.
No.
Right,
Answer the question. Answer the question.
He has somewhere to be. He has to go to school in the morning.
All right, then. You know what?
Right.
And I'm not talking about college.
We have Legette, aka
the Core Queen,
aka
get your ass in my class and get them abs and ass together.
Okay. All right. You know, we've been seeing some of these, transformations out here, You know what I'm saying, Wayne? What you think?
I expected nothing less. You know what I'm saying? She got hard workers. She's a dedicated woman who she attracts dedicated women. So I expected nothing less. You know what I'm saying?
What about her last transformation, 30 days?
You know
what you think about
Oh, so
that?
he on BS today. So okay. So Adrian is on BS today. All right.
What?
You
I see
messy.
Adrian. That's what I'm saying.
What are
Just
y'all
'cause,
talking about?
I noticed what we got going on. We got a dynamic. We have a relationship status dynamic going on right now, right? Adrian is in the lap of marital bliss. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the multiverse somewhere trying to figure out. You mean? And then you incognito, you D&D. You know what I'm saying? But because he in a safe space, he want to come kick out. He want to come kick our hornet's nest.
Right.
No, it was a question.
You wait till that paperwork gets signed, Adrian. I want all the sauce when that paperwork gets signed, and I'll be like, what you got now? What you got now? You feel me?
I'm just saying. Well, right. I'm trying to get some clarity to the situation. So
no, you're trying to get some content, which is fine.
I mean, the people want to know.
I'm here for the content creation, Adrian.
Okay, well, answer the question. What you think?
I answered it initially.
No.
I'm media trained, sir.
I'm talking about the single last
the specific.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'll let you
first of all, she's former military. Why wouldn't she be dedicated to get her body back to where she sees it fit?
Y'all so petty. I cannot deal with this today. I'm glad
that's not what he wanted. What you got?
No, that was great. Good job.
No. What you got in that cup? I'm done with you. Because we gonna circle the block. We're gonna pick you up. We see you standing out there.
Clearly, y'all ain't picked me up today. Y'all left me outside the car. I had to run to catch up.
You texted me. I'm drinking my strawberry margarita with my Classy Azul. What you got, Wayne?
I got some Cafe Bustelo.
Oh God.
Who?
I used to sell that coffee at my smoothie cafe.
I like espresso. I like espresso this late.
Okay. And you made it. How do you espresso that brand?
Because it comes in K cups.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you just shoot it in the cups.
Word. That's, you know what I'm saying? What Drake say? Drake say, you know what I'm saying? Drake got to keep them specimens.
Oh God! Please don't start with that shit.
What?
I'm disgusted with that whole ordeal.
Yo,
why?
Because
why would you not just flush the condom down the toilet if you don't want somebody to use the condom and get it out of the trash can?
Because first off, who goes in the garbage to dig out a condom?
And IG models. That's
a woman trying to have a baby, my guy.
Hey! I'm just saying. Thought buckets.
A woman trying to have a Drake baby.
Why do you have hot sauce packets readily available to put in your condom?
Because late night, when you be watching Disney Plus late night and you go to Bonchon and they give you the hot sauce packets for your extra hot sauce for your wings.
And it's just in the bathroom with you.
Well, you know how luxurious Drake bathroom is. It probably got a whole living room in there.
Flush it down the toilet.
Or swallow it.
Skeeters.
Look at her stance. Look at her stance. Yeah, with something, with a chaser. Look at Dee Dee's stance. Dee Dee said, you know what I hated? Remember, I don't know if y'all ever experienced this, but no. Matter of fact, Bernie Mac said it. Remember when Bernie Mac was like, you better ask your mama to suck it. Better ask your mama to swallow it. Like, why we gotta be that disrespectful? You could just say no.
Well, listen.
We're not gonna start like this.
We're gonna let everybody know that's tuned in that we have some special guest co-hosts coming on tonight, because there is a topic that we want to discuss and we would like to get some different points of view on this topic. And this topic came about because I was in a very heated debate the other day. I was ganged up on. It was just me and two other guys.
Set the stage. Like tell us the story. Like put us on. Bring us there.
The conversation started one way and did a whole left turn out of the blue. The conversation started out about how people label different stages of relationship. So whether it's considered talking, dating, courting, or fucking. And of course, the guy was trying to explain to us how he was explaining this to the girl. And they didn't agree on the labels for these different stages of dating. So we talked about that, and somehow we got into cheating. Yeah. It was a whole lot of other topics in between, but at the end, the most heated part of this conversation was about cheating.
Okay.
And because we were talking about deal breakers, and what's number one on most women's list in their eyes was cheating is a deal breaker.
Is it?
And I came in with the topic of I don't know if that's every woman's deal breaker or if that's number one on every woman's list, but for me, cheating is a deal breaker, but I'm not saying that I had not stayed after somebody cheated. Serial cheating is a deal breaker for me. But I guess I was wrong for not leading with the serial cheater stance because it went from shit to shit real quick just because I said cheating. So their one particular stance was no matter what, women just need to realize that they're going to get cheated on. And women would rather just be lied to because if women were told the truth, there would be no marriages. And I said, well, I guess I'll just be single forever.
Okay. So okay.
So we're gonna bring them in. We're gonna bring them.
Oh, okay. That's what we're gonna discuss. I thought we was gonna discuss it first, and then okay, cool.
We're gonna all talk about it together. So we can y'all can introduce your friends. I'll introduce mine. I'm still waiting for one more to come on, but let me send her a message right quick. We can introduce so the audience knows who's on the panel. Let me make sure because Adrian said I sent the wrong. Link.
Because this topic isn't as black and white. I hate. There's a lot of topics. I've been addressing black and white a lot lately because nothing that we deal with in the human interpersonal relationship space is black and white. So this definitely needs to be aired out and given the proper respect. This topic for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull them all on at the same time, and then you guys can introduce who you brought on. I'll introduce who I brought on. So come on, welcome our guest co-host. Thank y'all. Oh shit. So Adrian, you want to introduce your friends?
Yeah, man. So first I introduced Drina. You know, she ain't no stranger. She done been on before, you feel me? So she back and she about to give us that South sauce, you feel me? That Mississippi swing, you feel me? Already. Then you got my boy, my dog, Ray, my frat brother. You know what I'm saying? He here, he ready to give his perspective as well, too. Let's get it.
Oh, Lord. Wayne, what happened to your camera? You went sideways on us.
I mean, because Wayne's sideways.
Right. I introduced my friends. We got my friend Tiffany. She was in the Army. She here to talk to us. Now she's a successful entrepreneur. Mom, she's a serial entrepreneur. She do it all. Then my girl Sarita, she was in the Navy, just recently retired. Congratulations. Mom, successful entrepreneur as well. So we got some real personalities on here. We got some real experiences and some real input. It's going to be a good conversation. And I don't know what the hell happened to Wayne ass. He just, oh, here we go. Let me bring him back in.
I don't know what happened.
We don't. We all.
It's subordinate. That's what happened. Let me take these now. So I hope you guys got a chance to hear some of the background on how we came up with this topic about cheating. I was really upset, and I actually reached out to my co-host to explain how pissed I was about this topic because they were so adamant about all men cheat. Y'all just need to deal with it. Y'all ain't gonna never have no man if you think that they gonna tell you the truth, whether you know it or not. They gonna be cheating on you. That's just in their nature. So much so that we actually talked about. This is how it actually really started. We talked about women having the choice to bring a child in the world. And my rebuttal to that was, well, men carry the seed and they can have a baby every day of the year. The man said, well, that's why they should have more than one woman. If that's the goddamn answer, we in trouble for real. So y'all, I don't know who's gonna start, but yeah, this is a topic of all topics here.
Let me lead the layup line real quick because there was some. If I don't say it now, I'm gonna lose it. The part of what you said that was somewhat true, and it's not exclusive to just women. There's a certain level of honesty in a relationship that customarily women aren't cool with, right? And I'm going to use a very homely illustration for this. Let's make it something as trivial as Instagram. If you ask your man, ladies, why they follow certain accounts, he'll look at you and go, what answer is going to sound true enough but still not get me in trouble? Me personally, recently had this discussion with a couple of friends. And if we were to say to you, if you said, Wayne, why you follow these accounts? And I look at you and I go, because I like thick white women. And I kept it moving. Would you respect that honesty and be like, oh, hell no? No. So if I was like, well, she has great content and she's motivational. Yeah, I mean, she might be pretty, but at the end of the day, blah, 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 whatever. So there's a certain level of padding that needs to be given when dealing with women because insecurity is a real thing. And insecurity unchecked and unmanaged can be.
This boy done went sideways again.
Ass internet together.
Probably because that sideways ass comment he was making. But anyway.
Adrian hates when Wayne starts pandering to women. Oh my God. Well, we're gonna leave Wayne to his device literally. He'll be back. But whoever want to go next, y'all got
it. So I'll jump in here. There's a lot to dissect in the question itself. The first part that says, do men lack discipline? I think society lacks discipline as a whole, right? Like I think we live in an undisciplined society. So it's not just about like relationships. It's eating habits, it's working out, it's it's all sorts of discipline, issues. So I think that's the first thing. The second thing is cheating is defined relationship to relationship. So like what works for one relationship wouldn't necessarily work for another. And I think one of the things that men have a hard time doing is being upfront in the beginning of those relationships and being honest about what it is that they want. I think if more men did that, they would find women that would be more open to new age lifestyles. But I think that when we sell them this dream, this fantasy of, we're their Prince Charming and we're going to be the only one for them, then you kind of have to live up to that if that's what you sell in the beginning. So I think ultimately, I just feel that, in the beginning of relationships, if people were more open and didn't wear these masks, then we would have a lot more healthy relationships because, we were true to ourselves in the beginning.
I think that for a lot of women, cheating is not a deal breaker as much as they say it is. Because I don't know how many times, you hear about women getting cheated on and they don't do nothing about it. They don't leave. They don't move on. So it can't be that big of a deal breaker because if something's a deal breaker to you, you dipping, you out. Like it's a zero tolerance policy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to deal breakers, you feel me? It's just like I have a zero tolerance or policy for dating a transgendered whatever, right? It's just not happening, not doing it, right? It's a zero policy, right? I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. So to say that it's a deal breaker, no, just say I don't like it. I think that sounds better because that's typically how that is managed. They don't like it.
I can agree with you on who likes to get cheated on. Nobody, of course not. But in the reality of things, we do stay a lot of times. But like Z said, it's that serial cheater. It comes to a point where, all right, I done forgave you enough, because I believe in forgiveness. People move on, people get better, people must make mistakes. And y'all already know, as long as we're in this flesh, we are susceptible to, temptations. But of course, it's up to you at the end of the day to make that decision. Hey, am I going to cheat or am I not going to cheat? And if I do cheat, was it a mistake? Was it a one-time thing? Or do you got a whole relationship going on where you constantly cheating? So that's it becomes situational. No, it's not acceptable. But, depending on the situation, depending on the status of you, and is it your husband? Is it a longtime boyfriend? Is it just somebody you dating? All those things taken to accountability. Like, am I going to deal with this? What have I been through already? Did I come from a cheater? Did I come from, where I'm used to seeing all that, where I'm not going to deal with it no more? So it's really dependent on each person and each situation.
So
I have a question for the ladies on the panel. Once you get done, that's my bad. Go ahead.
So for me, I'll say cheating isn't a deal breaker, and I'll say this. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
I say it's not a deal breaker, and I was married to a serial cheater. So I think for me, the deal breaker was when it was close to home. I think when it was how it was done. It was the fact that he got so comfortable in it. It was disrespectful. I think my ex-husband used to cheat in like a 25-mile radius. Like, he cheat with somebody I spoke to at the office. Like, he had no boundaries. So that was a thing. My deal breaker for me was how comfortable he was in it. So, for example, I feel like it's a choice. I didn't leave because he cheated. I left because the level of disrespect. It got to a point where it was just, you give somebody a rope and they start to hang themselves. And it was one of those things where he made me feel like I was crazy. Like, it was starting to become mind games. So the circumstances changed it because he was cheating with people I worked with. He was cheating with people on my son's football team. He was just doing it all. And it was like only women that I knew. So at some point I realized that like these were choices he made. And some people say, oh, well, it's how they were raised. Well, his parents have been together for 30 something years. They're like the Cosbys. So this was a choice that he even went as far as that he had a problem. But my issue was he couldn't be honest. Honesty is really what people want. Like, if he would have said, this is who I am, I want to have a choice to leave or stay. I think my choice was taken from me because I kept falling into these situations and being put in uncomfortable situations. When you walk in a room and everybody done slept with your husband, that is not the feeling you want. So that was when I was done. Not the cheating itself, because I was raised by somebody who said that if a man takes care of home, don't ask no questions. So for me, I was like, a part of me was like, okay, that's what men do, old folks. I got cousins who got cousins across town. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, okay, this is something, but you don't bring a woman home. There's rules. And I felt like at some point, people do stuff and they get messy in this generation. He was bringing people home, letting them spend the night, having parties, all this other. It was comfort. Old school, they ain't do it that way. So
and he wasn't bringing you to them parties.
Look, I was in the dark. I didn't even know about the parties.
That's
So
wild.
you said his family was like the Cosbys. Was it the Cosbys or the Huxtables? Because
Look, we get some programs.
It's a difference now.
Clarity.
It's a difference now.
Well,
You used to
say
say the Cosbys and it'd be okay, but now it's like, which one? Where was it?
Listen,
I don't think that every man likes discipline. Just, like, you can't say that about every person. I know for sure that cheating isn't a deal breaker for every woman, because we all know somebody who was like, girl, he coming home to me, so it don't matter who he out there messing with. So no, I think the people that that was arguing with you, maybe they lack discipline, and that's why they got so heated about it. They probably lack that discipline, or maybe they don't even want to try to go that route. They just are real comfortable living their life, however they live it.
So, but the true fact is this though: men and me and Adrian actually get like when the way he gave me the perspective on this. Men know what they want way quicker in a partner than most times than we're given credit for. So when we find that thing when we find that soft place to land, that safe space, that place to lay our head, that place that we can openly express, right? We not leaving that or disturbing that for nothing. Now, what happens is women need to sometimes, just like men do, I want to be clear because I don't want anybody jumping the gun. Women need to vet who they talk to about their relationships, because where doubt wasn't present in the beginning, all of a sudden they start talking to one of their homegirls, and Adrian is the bee's knees. That man come home one time, he take out the trash without asking. He relaces my shoes so the laces is even. You know, all those things, the subtle nuances of marriage, he's nailing it. And all it takes is that one homegirl who you confide in, or one of your day one homegirls who you've always been around, to be like, we'll see how long that lasts. And Adrian been doing this consistently for 8 years. We don't like to disturb our home. I tell young men this all the time. The last thing you want is to go to bed and wake up next to a woman that doesn't trust you. I talk to them all the time. I'm like, yo, if you're not really with that monogamous relationship life, don't do it, because you don't want to lay your head down and your lady, good night. Don't nobody want that.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want that. So men, and there's another caveat to this that most people don't consider. The dudes who, and this might seem real light, but I really want you to think about this. Dudes that wasn't popping in high school, that peaked late, they the ones that's in these streets as grown men acting out, because they not used to that attention. If you was popping in high school, or you had a sense of self-control in high school, and you were somebody who, you know, was sought after, and you had your choices, and then after a while you was like, yeah, this is old. I want to find somebody I need a safe landing space. This is what I need for the rest of my life. Most of these dudes out here, the ones that are sliding in DMs and super duper liking every picture and heart eye emoji and everything, them niggas wasn't popping in high school. When they wasn't popping until they got into the workforce, got a little money, learned how to buy a Tom Ford suit, and kept it moving. You was not popping. So now you out in these streets being messy, making it look like all men don't have no discipline, when really the men with discipline, you're not even seeing in the street. Those are the ones you seeing in Walmart with the hoodie on, or excuse me, Target, because ain't no Walmart shoppers over here. With the Target and with the hoodie on, head down, looking at their phone, picking up stuff for the kids, getting ready for the game with tea in them tonight. Like those are the men you seeing in the street. Outside of that, these lack of discipline men just jumped off the porch when they learned, and they still don't even know how to talk to women. They just saying anything and then throwing money after the sentence. Like that's really I don't know.
No, so I agree with you, and a couple of points that I want to introduce. Like to bring it back to the beginning, I think most of it is about conditioning, right? So little girls are conditioned from a very early age to prepare for a man, right? Like that's princesses, that's, taking care of baby dolls, that's, all of this shit, like everything, like little girls are inundated with like preparation for a man. So when you have women that don't subscribe to that, society tells you that she's not marriage material, right? So a man's stock doesn't go down when he sleeps with 30 babes, but a woman's stock might if she sleeps with 30 guys, right? And so I saw this chick said something on Instagram. She said, what difference is my pussy if I have sex with one man 100 times or 100 men one time, right? Like, and that's the I guess the misconception about a woman that sleeps around. She's having the same amount of sex. It's up to her with who she wants to have it with. So what I'm saying is society tells us that women's stock go down if they have a lot of partners, but it's just not the same for us.
It is though, because if I say somebody,
let me jump in on that.
Here go Wayne. Let Wayne do it for you. Actually, he's gonna go in the opposite way. Let Wayne pander. Go ahead, Wayne.
No,
let Wayne. I want to hear this.
I had a horrible sophomore year in college. When I first went to college, I was dope. Everybody wanted to see what was popping with me. After that second year, when my name circulated, I was relegated to like the same two chicks for like a year and a half because it's like, nah, don't mess with him. He done been around. Our stock drops. It's just not in the same. It's not in the same spending currency that that women get judged on. Like when we used up, you ever see a woman disgusted with a man who been around? That look is gross. Like this look.
Women don't care about that.
I don't think they care, bro.
Women do not care.
We can't care.
I feel like
I've seen women care.
Once my name started circulating, my stock went up.
Right, we trying to see what that.
Yeah.
Right. No. You get more women.
Down.
If everybody wanted, we just want to see what it's about.
So Wayne, what was your point?
Mine was down. It's not the same currency. It's not the same currency. Everybody experiences the same thing. Everybody
so you were gonna say that men's stock goes down. Lies. Okay, Didi, go ahead.
Lies. The woman who says there's no difference. OMG. First of all, we take in so much. You can't just be taking in all that energy and all that. See, that's a lot of stuff to intake.
That wasn't her point. Her point was about mileage.
That's a part of mileage. You can't say
physical mileage.
You can't say
emotional mileage.
No, the physical
pH balance
of it.
So
soul time, bacteria, all that.
I agree with y'all 100%. All that I'm saying is that a pussy takes the same pounding 100 times, whether
Absolutely
it's
not. Because, and I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't. Because every key ain't the same size.
That's what I was thinking too.
No, it's not the same thing at all.
I got it. I don't have a pussy,
the man,
so I'm gonna leave this one alone.
He got what he got. It ain't gonna change. What he go in and out of don't affect him at all, unless it just ain't clean. But I'm saying his physical, nothing on him is going to change. His shit gonna be the same size no matter what. Hers ain't. Her logic was horrible. That was horrible. And she probably was under 30.
I don't know how old she was. I just saw it. I chuckled. I thought it was funny.
It is funny.
That's God.
So let me ask ladies this. Why is this question just directed at men as if women don't cheat?
Because of the topic that was discussed, they were adamant about women needing to shut up and color and just accept that their husband or significant other was going to cheat on them.
It's because they die with the lie, bro. They die with the lie. That's why.
But we know men are not as patient as women either. Let a woman cheat on him, he gone, or something drastic. Like a man can't handle the same stuff as a woman as what a woman handles. We deal with a lot more, and men can't deal with the same capacity that women deal with when it comes to relationships and cheating and whatever else.
Yeah, for sure. Men's egos are very fragile. Very, very fragile.
Like you ever look at somebody who chick you just smashed? You ever look at him and like that he know you did it? Like dudes can't deal with that. Like
every day on social media.
I know he beat. I know he beat. And you nod him. Yeah, I did. It's like we can't handle that. But women, I think they're emotionally stronger, but they have to be emotionally stronger across different stations in their lives. Whereas like with our emotions, I think we just our focus of emotions like has to be on you, so we make sure we give y'all all of us. Whereas like y'all are a little more spread out. Like husbands, fathers, it goes to kids. Women, it's the managing of everything else. So you still have something to distract you from that. We really don't. We have to look at you after you're done cheating on us. Whistling around the kitchen like your life is good.
Right.
So what do women do then? I'm just trying to figure out why are you not helping with the kids and doing everything else? Why is your focus just her? Your focus should be everywhere else as well.
Because
I
women,
mean,
okay,
it's
so
the man and the woman first before the kids, before anything else. It's that husband and that wife, or it's that one-on-one situation. So that energy should be the same and given, the same from both.
What
Yeah,
should
but
be
it's
and
different, though.
what should be and what often isn't.
Right,
Yeah.
just
Go ahead,
like
though, sir.
men have been cheating since the beginning of time. I think it's just, I don't know what it's like. It's like you got to break generational curses. Men have been for centuries. I mean, like I said, multiple wives. They've been, having sex with the concubine, with the maid, I mean, what I'm saying? It's been a big thing since, like I said, the beginning of time. It's just like, when is it going to become a break in it? When is?
Well, that was my question. Where did the idea of monogamy come from? And this is a question that I want to pose to women, because I know, and I just want to know if y'all know.
I don't know where the idea came from, but I don't think it should be imposed on everybody. If it's not for you,
it's a biblical concept. Are you going to the fact that it's a biblical concept? It's a biblical concept.
So it's actually not a biblical concept.
I was like, it can't be. Not all the fucking they were doing in the Bible.
It's a Catholic concept that was introduced to control population around 900 BC. Like Abraham, Solomon, all of them had multiple wives.
Multiple wives, yeah.
So the idea of monogamy is relatively new, but
it wasn't until the New Testament. It wasn't until the New Testament that one man and it didn't continue that way because of all the curses that came about from having the multiple wives. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I agree 100%. And one other thing to consider, or that I would like the panel to consider, is that another reason for the whole notion of not having sex like before marriage, right, or only having sex with your husband, was because women didn't have any rights. So up until 50, 60 years ago, maybe a little more now, like 75 years ago, like if you had a baby with the man, like he didn't have to take care of you, like you couldn't work, you couldn't really do anything to support yourself. So like that notion of not having sex was to make sure that you were taken care of in the event that you became pregnant. So it was less religious and more strategic.
They need to take their strategic asses back to that.
I think but that makes more sense, right? If you're strategic, like, yo, you're not getting the goodies because if I get pregnant, you could possibly leave me to fend for the baby by myself. Or, you know what I mean? We have to go to child support, all that BS, right? But more strategically, it's a great idea, but it's a whole religion, which they can, whatever.
I mean, I don't know why people pretend like they haven't waited for sex before. You know what I'm saying?
Waited?
Like,
Wayne, what?
Wayne,
What people?
In general, in life, the first person you dated, you didn't have sex with them the first day you met them.
How you know?
Didi, where you be getting this dude from, Didi? Like,
you don't know what people did, Wayne. You so judgmental.
Who you capping for, Wayne?
I am. I waited 11 months. I waited 11 months one time. No jokes. When I was like,
how old were you, Wayne?
15. 15.
Okay, bro, you was 15.
Now, but what I'm saying is, when do you? Before we, I cannot wait until I bring this point home and I shut at least 3 of y'all up. And mostly Adrian, because he be trying to show off.
Longest drawn out point.
It's not. All I have to say is this: at 15, we have less discipline than we do as adults. So I don't know why we act like as adults we can't wait.
Wayne, when did you lose your virginity?
I don't think we can't wait. We don't want to.
What age did you?
What age did you lose your virginity?
15.
15, right? 15.
Right. Yeah.
You waited 11 months to lose your virginity, Wayne. Okay. Yes. Exactly. Exactly, Wayne. Didi,
I don't understand.
You can't miss what you never had, my brother.
So what's the point?
What was the point you was gonna make?
No, that was the same year. No. That's not the. That was the same year.
Why are we
I didn't. That the one that I waited for wasn't the one. The one that I waited for wasn't the one I lost my virginity to, bro.
So you was fucking two babes, and you want us to act like
no,
right?
No,
like
no.
I missed it, Wayne.
Right,
no.
Right.
Can we bring up another topic, because this was another part of the conversation that kind of got heated about Black women. And it was said that Black women are pretty much the reason why the Black family is broken. And it was explained because back when welfare in the projects was introduced, and the white woman and the black woman had the option to take the welfare, of course, they both took it. But when the job market corrected itself or whatever, and white men went back to work, the white woman went back to the white man. But when the black man went back to work, the black woman decided, nope, I'm staying here to keep my welfare, my public assistance. I'm not going back. So my rebuttal to that was, well, I don't know the data, I don't know the statistics, but my question was the white man and white woman married? Because normally the white man made the white woman his wife, and the black man made the black woman his baby mama. So it might have been a difference. His response to that was, the black woman is responsible for being a baby mama, not the black man. So of course it went all the way off the rails again.
So let me start here. Man, this
yeah,
is
please let me get in on this.
This is a hard one.
I'm gonna mute myself because I don't want to jump in.
Yeah, this is a lot to unpack, right? So I could definitely get where someone says that, because why are we not making the same assumptions about the white woman? Why are we not blaming the white woman, right? The white women have standards when it comes to this, right? Especially when it comes to being married. Like, they not taking less. Like, yo, I'm not finna sit here and have 2, 3, 4, 5 babies. I think I just sent y'all a video where a woman was with a guy for basically 15 years, had like 5 kids with him, and they never got married. And now she talking about the next man she with. She wouldn't give him no kids, but she want him to take care of her and her kids, like,
and marry her,
and marry her. When the guy that you had 5 babies with didn't marry you, and you didn't say after the first or second kid, you know what, I can't even do this no more, homie. Like, this is crazy. You ain't finna be shooting up this club. But no, you keep having babies with him, and now all of a sudden y'all over with, and now you got expectations and all these things for the next man that come in your life. Why? So
she didn't say why, and she never gave a reason why her and the guy broke up. She never said why.
So I do feel like, you know how I feel. I feel like a man should be a man, and a man leads the situation in my eyes anyways. But I also do, when you look at this and you try to compare like black women with other cultures, you know what I'm saying? Statistically, they ain't standing for it. You're not finna be, they either gonna be on birth control, especially because we can't say they not shooting the club up, because I'm pretty sure they are, but they're gonna be on birth control. They ain't trying to have them babies by you unless you putting the ring on it. Like, they have stipulations on these situations. Well, we know definitely a lot of sisters like, yo, they just keep letting guys make babies with them. At some point, you gotta say enough is enough. Or at some point, you definitely gotta take responsibility for it. If you don't step up and say, nah, bro, you gotta kick rocks. You gotta kick packing. You know what I'm saying?
So I'd like to offer that the point that you made assumes that marriage is the goal of a relationship, and I think now we live in a society where everybody doesn't want to get married, right? Like this, you see this a lot with especially rich people. You know, they have relationships, they have children together, they co-parent, like all of these things, and you know, marriage isn't necessarily the goal of the relationship. So a couple of other things that I want to put in there. I won't call. I don't like to categorize any one group under the same, you know, scope or whatever. And so I won't say that black women are the scapegoat, but I do think that it's important to acknowledge that there's a necessity of self-preservation for women to be able to take care of themselves if that man is no longer in the home. And black men have been ripped from our homes for a number of reasons. Drugs, jail, like all kinds of shit will take a man out of the house. So I think, you know, women accepting welfare, government assistance or whatever is really you know, it's a means for them to be able to take care of themselves.
But this, from my knowledge, where did that come from? Who put in place government assistance? From my knowledge, it was the right. Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
So from my understanding and my knowledge, that system was set in place to split up the black families.
I don't disagree.
if you think about it, I mean, how did you hear about it much before about, single black homes, single, mothers being by themselves before that time? The black men was still in the house. They may not have been in the house a lot, but they had them babies, they had a wife, and they was out working and doing whatever they did. But they set in place the welfare where the man could not live with the woman if they were not married. So that was something they put in place too. That kept the black man out of the home.
They disincentivized marriage for black people.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then you put in place all these prison systems, modern day slavery. I mean, again, that will put the black men in prisons and jails for every little thing. So to me, I truly believe that it was set in place for a purpose to break the black families up, because black families were strong together. So the white man, I'm gonna put it out there, to me, put it in a system to keep the families apart. It was a purposeful system by the government. That's just my thoughts and opinions on that.
I agree with you 100%. I guess what I was saying is what's the alternative for a black woman that, might not necessarily be able to go into the workforce to support her children, and a black man is not in the home. So that's what the question said, are black women the scapegoat? And so I'm saying that I don't think that they are. Whether they or
go ahead,
let Tiffany
or whatever. Chime in.
So I have to say, like, back in the day, like, you had, first of all, nobody was back in the day be a baby mama. There was a lot of shotgun wedding, no matter how old they got pregnant, you was gonna marry my child and all this other stuff. But I will say this, even when welfare and everything came into place, when they came in the house to inspect the house, if you got benefits, if a man was there, they cut your benefits off. So a lot of families separated so they could take care of their kids and they can make it, because a lot of black men, or the jobs weren't paying as much as when the white man went back to work, and there weren't as many opportunities. So you had to make a choice. Do I be in this household with my family and watch us suffer together, or do I go over here so she can get all these benefits? Now, again, me saying not everybody wants to be a baby mama, but nowadays when you look on social media, everybody wants to be a baby mama. That's the goal for some reason. Like, that's the thing you want to do, which I don't understand when that happened. But I will say, when you fast forward, a lot of women now, we're doing what we have to do. Not what we want to do, but what we have to do. So this has forced us to become so independent. And you have so many men saying, "Oh, well, you're so independent, you don't need a man." When it comes down to the black woman, and then it says, "Okay, well, it's broken homes because black women don't know how to be this way and don't know how to be that way." But for so long, we've had to make sure our kids are taken care of, and things happen no matter what. So over time, yes, they created this divide because you had to make a choice. What is the TV show? Like, when you watch the TV show, the PJs and all this other stuff, they made jokes about all these different things. It was obvious if you wasn't on welfare, you were struggling.
So let's start from the beginning of the fact that when this first became a thing, the socioeconomic standing of each of those groups was a little closer in range, because we're talking about black families, white families during 40s, 50s, when industrial work was feeding everybody and the black middle class was thriving. There was even a black upper middle class throughout big cities throughout the country. It wasn't as time progressed that it became this, black women in impoverished situations versus, the married white woman. I also want to dispel the rumor that white women have standards. I used to live in Western Pennsylvania. Wait,
and Wayne
don't
would
laugh.
know.
Don't laugh yet. Don't laugh yet.
That's his preference.
Don't laugh yet. It's not. This is actually. This is, we're speaking factual. We could get to the jokes later. I lived in Western Pennsylvania for mad long, a decade and some change. So in that time, I started to realize that our issue isn't necessarily black and white, more socioeconomic, because to be honest with you, poor white people, A, they don't carry it very well. B, it looks exactly the same with children in tow. One of the first times I personally saw a teenage mom was when I went away to college in Bradford, Pennsylvania, When I saw this 14-year-old girl, I said, yo, I said something like, you taking your little brother for a walk. She's like, little brother? She's like, that's my son. I said, son? I was like, how old are you? She said, 14. And in that moment, I said, this is not a black and white issue like people say it is, so much more than it's socioeconomic. Because poor white women ain't getting married by the hundreds. They single momming it to death. And they're milking the system. I was a social worker in Western Pennsylvania for mad long. I go to mad white families' houses where the single mom, she's there. She's got 3 kids from 2 different dads, but she's got a big screen TV on every wall and every pack of cigarettes in the world and high-speed internet. And she has social workers coming in and out of her home because she knows how to play the game and milk the system. So when people say, you got the single black woman. No, there's just a whole demographic that's not presented to us in the news that exists that looks exactly the same, that white people know about, and they look at them almost the same way as we look at, single black moms, only they like keep theirs a secret almost. Like they don't even discuss it openly. Whereas we make our trauma front page news. They don't do that. They pretend it doesn't exist. And I'm glad that substantiates my rant.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like someone just said they don't portray white families in the way they do black families. I think especially black women, because for a long time there was only like 1 or 2 different type of black women you would see in the media, whether it be on TV or videos. Like you didn't see like a broad spectrum of black women. Like to go back to the Cosby Show, Claire Huxtable was like, oh my, like nobody was reaching that level, but you can get down to, you could be like a video girl. Like you see way more video girls than you see like Claire Huxtable out there. So I think that all those things, everything y'all said, and it was all like put together, have like driven this wedge between black men and black women. Well, we even have to have this conversation because I think there's way more of us who would rather be loving on one another than like driving the wedge even deeper.
Agreed.
I just want to say the conversation that I had, it just brought to light how much disdain there is between the genders, because the way that the information was presented, how it was spewed, it was so much anger. And I was just like, I didn't do it. Why are you mad at me? Like, it was just like, man, like it just showed how much black men and black women are just at odds. And I don't know how we get out of that hole. Like, why are we so against each other?
We let the people that have actual voices have the conversation. We're not letting people that have the actual good speaking voices, knowledge, acumen have the conversations. We're leaving that to other people who just want to either create content or have an agenda of their own, have the conversation. It's never had I want you to understand why I'm me, and I want to understand why you're you. And we very rarely give each other that space for that understanding. Very rarely.
What I found out, and what I'm continuing to find out, is that most of the time when I'm having a conversation with a black man who's never watched the podcast, they all come in with a preconceived notion of how I am, because they paint this broad brush with all black women are this. And I'm like, I'm the biggest advocate for black men. If you ever watch the podcast, I always hold myself accountable. I call myself out. I put it all out there. I hold black women accountable. So like, it's always like this back and forth struggle. And I'm like, I'll just let you talk because you already have me pegged and you already got it. So
we definitely appreciate that. But I will say that one thing that I've noticed, and I've had to kind of take a step back, is that on social media, like there always seems to be like a meme of some black woman, right? Nobody actually knows her, but it's being shared and portrayed or whatever, like bashing a black man, right? Like it's, and I feel like it's intentional, and probably not created by an actual person. She says something that maybe someone has that experience of and they relate to, and then it goes viral and it starts to shape the mindset of the masses, right? Like I'm sorry, the young lady here in the middle, I don't know your name, but I think there's so much more of us that want to love on each other than not, right? And I think that was a very important piece to say. But like, I've had moments where I get on social media and feel like I have to defend every Black man because we're being bashed. And I'm just like, where did this come from? You know, like, where did this notion that Black men aren't protecting Black women come from? Where did this notion that Black men aren't marrying Black women come from? You know, the vast majority of Black men that are married marry Black women, you know, but let social media tell it like Black men are only chasing after white babes and Spanish babes. And it's just not accurate.
Because they let social media and celebrities take over their lives.
Man.
And they forget that real human beings exist.
I mean, because if you look at reality shows show what? The drama. They don't show the good stuff, the happy times. So it's TV, it's social media that really paints a picture for our generation, other generations on how they see society. It's not real life, real experiences.
Yeah. I mean, just the one, if you just think of 20-year-olds, literally girls in their 20s thinking they have to go get their bodies done. How insane is that? That's when you at your best. Why would you think that you need to go lay on somebody's table to get your body done and you're in your 20s? Because social media told you.
Society of challenges. Like, everything has become a challenge. Like when you see do the Black Love Challenge, or you see Love of Black Woman, or everything's a challenge nowadays because they make it seem like these things aren't normal. So, and everybody hops onto these trends. So we live in a world of we live in a world of people want to be seen, these trends, these challenges, and people start living in reality. And everybody out there doing the craziest things just for things that you would never put out there before.
Yeah.
And now it's just out there, and it's like, and then they'll be like, "Oh, well, that's my business." I'm like, "Wait a minute, you done told the world, like, it's okay."
I feel like what you said, and then to add to that, so many people try to fit into what boxes people have put in place, like as far as relationship goals or bae goals. Like, you don't know what that man is over there doing to that woman. You don't know what kind of hell that lady's giving that man. And I think that we are trying to fit into, like, you say you want to be in a relationship, but you have to know what works for you and your happiness and your peace before you try to fit in. Because to go back to cheating, that's not a breaking point for everybody, because some people, they want to be in a open relationship where we can go, you do you, and we come back together. So I think people just really need to get comfortable with being themselves and openly communicating that with the person, that they're trying to be involved with. And kind of like so whenever you said that about, everybody wants to be a baby mama, I think because it's easier to attain. Like, if you look at baby showers now, people are spending like $5,000 on baby showers. Like, they want limos, and I'm like, if this is the baby shower, what the wedding gonna be like? Well, what you gonna spend on?
Ain't gonna be one.
But ain't gonna be no wedding.
That's just the gender reveal. That's just the gender reveal party.
I don't live viral with these pictures. Like, I'm good. What's next? I don't need a wedding. So yeah.
And
but at the grassroots of it all, relationship building has gotten to a place where it's almost like I don't trust, not me, but people don't trust one another with what they really want, because everybody is so seemingly affected by what they see. Like, they let that scroll of pictures, the 60-second video, like, they let that be their representative, or they think that that's who that person is. And it's like, if I trusted you with maybe I'm not what you think I am. Maybe the picture you see, maybe I like to collect treasure trolls. You know what I'm saying? In my spare time. Maybe I like, you know what I'm saying? Just the subtle nuances of a person is what you trust somebody with in a relationship, is basically my point. And that's, most people don't feel comfortable saying, this is who I am in my everyday life. That's why by the time you meet that person on whatever app or whatever, and then you meet them in person, it's like, wait a second, where was that motivational stuff, no, that was just 60 seconds. I'm really not like that. I really don't talk at all much.
I just saw that on my news feed and copied and pasted it.
Right.
What? Right. So it's like, but so you got to ask, like, can I trust you with who I am the other 23 and a half hours of the day, minus you looking at my social media? Because people do it disturbs me. Like, social media does not depict the person at all. And if you think it does, you're going to be in a world of disappointment when you come to find out for or against that person that you're looking at is not that. Just talk. I want to know what the hardest part about talking is.
People have become socially awkward. People don't know how to talk to people anymore. They don't know how to hold a conversation with people.
They're not smart. They literally are copying and pasting stuff they see on their news feed. That's not their words. They don't have that real conversation.
That goes back to what I was saying earlier about people putting that mask on in the beginning and like doing what they can to attract someone. And if that's not who you are authentically, like eventually you're going to get tired, and then that's when the deterioration starts to happen, when you start to be like, man, fuck this. Like, I don't want to do this anymore, So yeah, but I think it's important for people to really learn how to be comfortable with themselves and to be by themselves. And once you get to that point, then you can start to entertain someone else and bring someone else into your life. But we all have this desire for companionship, not necessarily relationship, but companionship, and people don't really know how to do one without the other.
I want to just kind of go back. Oh, go ahead.
So I think a lot of people, like for a relationship, right? They fall in love with the idea. Sometimes we fall in love with the idea of marriage and don't understand how to be married or in a relationship. So I will admit, I fell in love with the idea of marriage. Did not understand what it was. So when it came down to issues, you don't know how to communicate because people don't teach you that. You're not taught those things. They show you the pretty, but they don't teach you and show you the ugly. So when you see these challenges, hours and hours challenge you get that 60 seconds and you think this is what it is. For example, like, okay, the weight. When Megan Good got married, everybody was like, okay, I'm gonna read this book. Because if I wait, I can have what you have. If I do the Sierra prayer, I can have what they have. Not realizing that you still have to do the work and you don't know what happened in between those times for them to get to that point. Now you look and you like, y'all read this book, y'all married your whole relationship off of what they told you in this book, and now they're getting a divorce. Not to say it's a bad thing, but at some point, something happened and you don't know what happened, but you made them your relationship goals. You saw these challenges, you read these books, instead of you and this person getting together, communicating, and creating a world that works for you. And we don't do that anymore because we want to be like Sierra. We want to be like this person and all this other stuff, not realizing that, listen, even if you walk down that aisle, had this $50,000 wedding, it's going to be you and that person in the house. Y'all going to have to figure it out no matter if nobody challenges. It's not, if you can't communicate, that might not be your person. And it's okay. So that's all I got.
And a lot of people, they I think somebody mentioned it earlier about little girls. I think it was Ray, where he was saying how little girls are raised to like be married. They're always prepared for the wedding. They're never being prepared to be a wife.
Oh yeah.
Because they fantasize and they got their dress picked, what colors they gonna wear, bridesmaid. They prepare and fantasize about that all the time. But nobody's preparing to be a wife.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I can't. Y'all have some key points.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago about why women get so triggered when a man asks them what they bring to the table. Because they ain't got nothing to bring.
But because I think we are too caught up, men and women caught up, like she said, into what's society doing, what this couple doing, what that couple doing. Create your own relationship, create your own dream team. We need to stop getting caught up in what everybody trying to be like the Joneses or whoever else, whatever other couples going on out there. Like I said, everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's personality different. Everybody come from different places. You got to make it work with what you have.
Because I also think people was talking about how all those women was following Derek Jackson.
Oh, baby, that helmet of salvation.
Who is that?
The brother in the car who makes
You
us
know
who
who
makes
Derek
men feel
Jackson
like
is.
crap.
Man,
He sit in the car. He'd be like, "Lady,
that guy
the reason
gets
he act like this,
no mentions here.
y'all tolerate this, and this. What y'all need to
Can
do."
we?
Listen, they worked it out. They
He's
worked it
Wayne
out. They
2.0.
finished strong.
Yeah, no, he was first. He was
Oh,
first.
he was first.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna help you deliver this joke better. What you meant?
All right.
Is
No, it was funny.
Wayne
It was
is,
funny. So no matter
still
how you
wasn't.
try to spin it, it was funny how.
I'm
I said
I'm
it.
gonna give it to you how it should have been delivered. You delivered the food.
Oh, it was funny.
It was Darren Jackson 2.0 because I sit in my car, but he was doing it first. I think he leaves his seatbelt on though. I take mine off because I need to get comfortable.
You know, you missed it. I wasn't even talking about that part.
I know. I
get
just
what
wanted
I'm
to.
saying, Didi. You see?
But you see how it's over?
The panderer of
now
all
what I was saying.
Right.
I'm about to get off, but I wanted to address the question that's at hand as far as Black women. I do say that I feel that Black women abuse the system too much. I feel that welfare and government assistance is good to start off with to get you going. But after 1, 2, 3 years, you should have something going where you're getting a job, getting a career, do whatever. Because I've seen a lot of people. They stay on welfare. It'd be like 5, 10, 15 years and they using the system. I don't agree with that at all. So that's one thing I wish would change. There will be a timeline or there will be some type of transitional program where they can be starting a career or something. Welfare is not to be on it for a lifetime. It's really just to get you on your feet.
But that's
the government doesn't want that.
thing. You just said it. Transitional program. Why are you going to get off something and it's cold turkey? There's no actual transition program to help you get on your feet.
In some states it is. In Pennsylvania, there is a transition.
But most states, they're not.
Yeah. Unless
you're
disabled,
either on it or you're
you have
off.
to go through a program to get a job and get off.
Right. And you're disabled. But I mean, most states, it's either you're on it or you're not. So it's like, I'm finna just give this up to get a job that possibly I could be laid off within a couple months. Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
But
or work full time and not be able to
they have to keep having kids too. If you don't have kids, then you got to get off.
Right. But I mean, we know most people on it, they tend to have families. They tend to have kids.
But after a while, you got to go. I mean, women can't have babies forever.
You can't keep the same system and to keep getting stamps or to keep getting all that. I mean, then that's when.
Well, if you get a misdiagnosed, if you have the kids you have, you even got to have new kids. If you get one misdiagnosed with a mental health disorder or something like that, then so they'll just keep doing that. I hated even looking at that paperwork.
Yeah, that's when Black women or any white women too, because if you look at the statistics, there's more white families.
White people on welfare. Yeah,
Black
that's
families.
why I say. We put all for some reason our trauma manages to make it front news all the time, whether we're doing it or it's being done to us.
Yeah,
and
that's
it
by
just
design,
seems like
for sure.
That's by design, bro.
And I know that because it's
like
weird.
The conversation we had earlier about white women not having babies like Black women because they have more abortions than Black women. Yeah. So I mean that's a whole other topic, but that's why the abortion thing is going away because population control and we taking over minority. White babies is going away because they get more abortions. They not letting their kids have these babies like we do. We can't afford abortions like that.
Listen, 16 and pregnant, Morgan Freeman put it on Front Street. Morgan Freeman was like, nope, they out here.
Yeah, for sure. White women are always the biggest beneficiaries of most of most.
Thank you, Sarita.
Things.
See you later. Yeah. So we're gonna finish with one last topic before we go. And don't y'all get triggered on me. And this was not my question. Who hates being wrong more, men or women?
Come on now, is this even a question?
I know, right? I just wanted to hear him say it out loud.
I say women.
I think it's women. We'll make it easy. It's women.
Oh,
now
right.
What?
I thought this was going to be way harder. Now, can I ask why?
Right.
I say women because.
Well, shit.
Why?
I say women because women are always lied to. So if somebody comes to them with the truth, they don't feel like they're wrong. For instance, you're always told you're a princess. You're always told you're beautiful. You're always told you're going to find this man that's going to sweep you off your feet. You're always told your food is good. Everything is great about you. And I'm not talking about women being wrong to a man, to any male being, whether it's your son, your brother, your uncle, your daddy, anybody. If a woman in that goddamn kitchen and somebody say anything about someone on that plate being nasty, oh, it's about to be a problem. Y'all better put a napkin over that plate and just throw it away. You better not tell Madea that her shit nasty.
It comes from the happy wife, happy life narrative, I believe. The happy wife, happy life narrative kind of like forces y'all to not believe that y'all wrong sometimes. Like, I can have all the evidence right here. It's like, no, you wrong right here. Like, I don't know. But I think it means something different sometimes. Like, it almost means like inferiority if you're wrong about something. Because women are always battling, like women always feel like they're battling, not always that, feel like you're battling for that top spot. And if you're wrong, then you've.
No, it's like if somebody's lied to you your whole life, and then somebody comes along and tells you something different, it's like you just got your heart broken. So it's like, what? I'm not perfect? Hold on. What you mean? So it's like, it's unreal to them. They can't believe it.
Yeah, there's also, and I was thinking about this the other day. There's also no, how can I put this? There's no penalty for women, right? So like if we get in trouble for something, y'all withhold pussy from us, right? Like we on punishment for 2 weeks. Like if y'all do something wrong, we're not holding out on y'all. so there's no penalty for y'all. So like y'all just do whatever y'all want. We can be mad for a second, and then y'all look at us like, you over it yet? Right?
I've never seen a woman sleep on the couch.
Ever.
I've never heard a woman be like, yeah, girl, and he put me on the couch.
Ever.
Never heard it.
Y'all make the rules. Y'all control shit.
I mean,
because
I'm just gonna say, know your worth. That's your choice. Know your worth.
All right.
Stop playing.
All right.
Don't do that. Don't.
All right.
Clearly,
put that card back in your hand.
we see who's part of the situation here.
All right.
Yo, see how Didi abandoned y'all?
Right.
Ain't no sisterhood of traveling pants over here.
Nope. know my word.
You know my situation. You know I thought I came in like you tell
like, know your worth, King. That shit. You
telling me I'm
die
wrong?
on that hill.
Yeah.
Argue your point, King.
I mean, you can say no, but you choose not to.
Yeah, if we hold out on y'all, your work husband gonna step up. That ain't what we want.
Not the work
hurt you.
That ain't what we want at all.
If she know you gonna fold, then she know what to do. So I say stand your ground.
All right. Cool.
You know, Adrian the Alpha ain't having that at all. He's like,
Ray, what year did you graduate Alabama A&M?
2006.
All right.
I know some alphas from A&M.
Did you just call me old?
No, I
shook her head like.
Okay. I know some alphas from A&M.
What?
That's where they had a Magic City Classic. No, is that the Magic City? No, the other classic.
We play in the Magic City Classic, but it's in Birmingham.
Birmingham. What's the classic that they have in Birmingham?
The Magic City Classic. Yeah.
Magic City Classic.
Okay. What's the school?
Alabama A&M and Alabama State.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I've been there several times. I was stationed in Montgomery for 7 years. So
that's what's up.
Oh shucks. Okay, well. So I guess the consensus was women.
It was women.
Yeah, man. I mean, I
just wanted to know why. I really still ain't even getting to why. Like, why just not be like, I'm wrong, it's cool, and then keep it moving?
Because you said it. Well, no, Ray said it. There's no consequence.
Yeah, it is like an ass.
I mean, now that I'm older, I admit when I'm wrong.
Wait,
wow. So you was part of the problem, sis. You was part of the problem, huh?
No, I will say the younger me, I didn't like to be wrong. But now that I'm older, I'm like, I'm wrong. I did it. I said it. My bad. There is no consequences. So you're right.
Huh. Man.
Y'all stupid.
Okay.
It's not.
I guess.
I mean, should there be a consequence?
I mean,
What could it be?
Right. What they gonna do? Beat me?
Right.
wait.
There
No,
isn't
no,
one.
go.
no. Don't let that. Don't.
No,
No.
Just saying,
don't
what
do
would be the
that.
consequence?
Don't do that. Like that's not. I don't like that.
Like
See,
Ray
this is
said,
part
ain't
of the
like y'all
problem.
gonna hold out on us. Ain't like y'all gonna make us sleep on the couch or something. So what you gonna do?
Yeah, we'll
So
just be
basically, what you're
angry
saying,
and
y'all
pout
can do
for
whatever
10 minutes.
whatever it is y'all want to do, huh?
No, but I think
You know what you can do? Stop talking. Hey, fellas, stop talking. Don't say nothing for days. Not no hours, for days.
Yeah,
There you
right.
go. Do it for days. Oh my goodness, they hurt.
Adrian, you must not have seen that video online where it's like whenever he ain't stopped, he hasn't talked to you, so you start moving his stuff, like you move his game controller, stuff that he got to come ask you about, like, you take the batteries out the remote control, you take
Nah,
all
I
the
ain't seen
batteries
that
out the house.
Nah, that's getting petty. I ain't seen that one. Yeah. So you making them. So basically, you making them have to talk to you. Do stuff, take stuff away, move it, because you know good and well he don't know where stuff in the pantry is that he going to look for, trying to do it himself. So you
It's
move
like
everything.
Like
So he
when
gotta
Kevin Hart
come ask
said,
you.
when Kevin Hart said he stole his ex-wife's earring backs.
You know what?
Yo. Now that's a petty on a whole nother level. Like,
That's hilarious.
steal all your earring backs. Wow.
That's why they got
petty on a whole
erasers.
nother level.
That's what I said.
I'll watch movies on my phone and order from your favorite place every day of the week that I'm not talking to you. You can try to do that. I'm gonna move the remote. I'm gonna move this. All right, cool. Watching movies on my phone. Get stuff from Aubon Pond or wherever you like to eat from, and it's coming right here. I ain't got to talk to you.
He can't go a whole day without talking to
I
me.
cannot go a whole day. That's a fact.
I ain't talking about you.
I can't. I know I can't. It'd be a struggle. I'll go stay with my cousin or something. It's a struggle.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
You stupid.
And then when y'all get in trouble, we end up apologizing for how we react to shit.
Nobody made you do that.
Who just said that? Did Miss Know Your Worth King just say that?
No.
No, I didn't.
It's just funny, man.
Nobody made you
But
apologize.
she's right. Nobody
I
made
know.
you apologize.
And nobody made you react that way either.
But we don't want to be right. We don't want to be right. We just want peace. So fuck it. Like y'all.
We want to be understood is what we want.
That right there's a lie.
True.
We just want peace.
We want to be understood. I just want you to understand.
I take the piece for 200 though. I will.
You don't want to
Some
be peace. You
men
just want to
want
be
peace.
right.
Some want to be right.
I don't want
That conversation I was ganged up on the other day with, they wanted to be right.
Well, they attach their worth to being
They
right.
chose violence.
Yeah, but you're also you're not dating those men though, right?
He said
Not both of
those.
them.
I mean,
I'm just saying, just Didi, I want you to be clear. He said those.
He said
One of them, yes.
Okay, so I didn't want you, I had to make sure you heard what he said, Didi. I just want.
He said you're not
He
dating
said
those
those.
men.
sorry, you're not dating
Plural.
either of those men. My bad. That's
No,
not what
leave the either out. We like that first
Shut the
sentence.
hell up,
That
Wayne.
work. I'll
That's
be over here
my
drinking water.
bad.
Minding my
That's
business.
not what
The one that I'm not dating was the worst.
Got it. I hope so
It was really bad.
because being right has never got the drug. Being right will never get you in a position to win. Yeah, one of my OGs told me, he said, don't pick your battles, pick your wins. Because battles can be won and lost.
Listen.
I like to end every discussion with, do you understand why I said that? Like, if you can understand why I said something, you may not even necessarily agree with it, but you understand why I said it.
If I'm mad, I'm gonna say fuck your understanding.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's, I mean,
You're right. That's why
Bro, But that's what I was saying, man. Like understanding, like, yeah, most times I just want you to understand why I said or did something. But 9 times out of 10, they don't give a fuck.
You
Why
gotta
not?
Ask me tomorrow.
Why not?
Just ask me tomorrow. We ain't gonna talk about it no more today.
You gotta read the room and decide how bad you want to explain your point.
Because depending on the topic of discussion, the trigger may not have anything to do with you. You may have did something that shook up something to me that I didn't even know wasn't healed yet. Let me just be quiet. What did I say to you? I ain't going to act off emotion. I'm just going to be quiet. Y'all get the hell up out of my house, and I'm going to just shut up. I ain't talking no more. Because I'm about to burn this motherfucker down.
That's growth. I feel you. That's growth.
Because, Adrian, you know me.
Yeah, that's growth. That's growth. That's growth.
Knock everything off the table.
This girl done shook the table.
So we shaking the table. All right, y'all. We like to end every show for y'all to promote whatever y'all got going on for the week. If you got anything you want to let the people know, tell them what you got going on. Any social media platforms that you want to promote, shout out, websites, brands, anything you got. We'll start with you, Ray. What you got going on for the week?
Well, this is my brand, Alabama A&M versus everybody. It's thehillversuseverybody.com. If you know anyone there, go feel free to get them a gift. Also, next Thursday, me and my co-host are doing a podcast on parenting. It's called Mixed Company. It'll be live on Facebook. I'll have Adrian send you guys my contact so you'll have it.
All right. Drina?
I have a podcast called Drina Finds Out. You can find it on YouTube. And I'm a part of a podcast called Sunday Street. And y'all may not care anything about this. And Adrian, he may not care either because he's not here. But we're having Mardi Gras this year. Get your tickets and come on down. I'm super excited. We've been without for 2 years.
Omicron / Deltacron is still going down.
Flu.
I don't want to talk about that part, but I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be on the Mardi Gras float.
All right.
Okay.
Tiffany, what you got going on?
So my 16-year-old son owns a company called Street Games. It's a mobile entertainment company. We are expanding out into the Charlotte area. We are in Tampa. Follow our Instagram at @street_games. He is 3 years in the business, and he's a public speaker. He's been featured on multiple podcasts, news, and he just was featured in a couple newspapers and articles. We were in Glamour magazine this last year. So follow Street_Games. He's a 16-year-old up-and-coming young mogul. That is all.
Wheezy?
I'm just actively writing my curriculum. I'm just full steam ahead. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Once it's done, just put it out. I'm not going to suffer from paralysis anymore. It's a killer of dreams. At any rate, that's all.
Deezy?
Hey man, I decided to, discuss my Spanish journey. So really trying to help people that's trying to, learn Spanish, grow in Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Because people be like, how did you learn? So, I'm really showing people that journey that I took, to learn Spanish. Sidebar, my boy Ray, he speaks Spanish too. So, yeah, man. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. Other than that, man, I got the little one, and so he yeah, we still trying to adjust, baby. Like, yeah. Still yeah. Whew. Yeah.
New daddy.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm the core queen. I got my abs and ass boot camp, virtual boot camp coming up on January 22nd. So you can register on Eventbrite. I'm the core queen on all social media platforms. Just search it, I'll pop up. We have a great time. I got a DJ. Tiffany was in my class last time. Y'all sign up. It's a good time. It's a great workout. Also, y'all know I have some great clients that I train virtually. Their transformations have been amazing. So go on my Instagram page or my Facebook page to check out their transformations. I'm so proud of them. They are sticking to the plan. They're changing their lives, their lifestyles, and their bodies all at the same time. So check out the Core Queen. I help individuals lose weight and get in amazing shape without starving themselves or spending 2 hours a day in the gym. Also, you can check out my artist Money Train. He has a huge project coming up. I believe they're recording it this weekend with a very huge artist. So be on the lookout for that. His latest project dropped a couple months ago called Me, Myself, and I, with a sample from Beyonce's Me, Myself, and I. Check it out on YouTube, all platforms. Money Train is his name on YouTube. It's Money Train on Instagram and Raphael Ratliff on Facebook. Adrian, what is the smirk for?
Oh no, just
You
no, just chilling.
He really gets on my nerves. Anyway, well, we appreciate all of the battle buddies in the comments. If y'all have any topics y'all want to talk about, y'all know what to do. Y'all here every week. We need y'all to share this live. We need y'all to tell y'all folks about it. We need to get our followers up on Instagram and on YouTube, subscribers up on YouTube. Let the folks know we got one of the best podcasts on the planet. Let them know about us. Tell your people to tell your people to tell your people. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. We're here every Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We are the Battle Buddies, and we are out.